Good evening, everyone. Welcome to General Assembly. Kevin, could you please take attendance?
I would love to. By the way, just really quick, you all should have access to the materials site now. So we're going to start with Representative Begat.
President Modi.
Representative Brown.
President.
Representative Han.
President Modi.
Representative Shengbo Wang.
President.
Representative Matthews. Representative In. Representative Makowski. Representative Owaputi. Representative Rodencik. Representative Smith.
President Modi.
Representative Dorbeck. Okay. Representative Stephen Lee. Representative Cecilia Lee. Representative Law. Representative Hoffman. Representative Lupton. Representative Cummins. Representative Zoltan. Representative Renard. Representative Shillo. Representative Beckett. Representative Fernandez. Representative McCachran. Representative Rosenberger. Representative Irizarry. Representative Iannitti. We elect a Representative Lendell. Proxy. Representative Lux. Representative Hong. Representative McKee. Representative Schloff. Representative Gallo. Representative Sabe. Representative DeBaz. Representative Fitch. Representative Singh. Representative Cruz. Representative Zhu. I don't know if I said that right. But, Representative Grialis. Representative Leo Lee. Skylar Thompson. Mai Sagawa. Joe Wang. Speaker Pulaski. Treasurer Shaw. Treasurer Moser. Parliamentarian Brubaker. Okay. You're good. Vice President Maloney. Vice President Bell. Vice President Hamilton.
President Modi.
Vice President Downey.
President Modi.
Vice President Agarwal. And President Nguyen. Wonderful.
Do we have any guests with us this evening? If you could just stand up and you can introduce yourself.
I'm Akil Murthy, the president of the International Club here on campus. Member fraternity of Phi Gamma Delta, the business fraternity on campus. And recently joined as the athletic.
Well, you are kind of a guest tonight, so welcome. All of our friends over by the wall. Okay. With that, we'll say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, we'll move into board reports. President Nguyen.
Okay, welcome back everybody from a really successful retreat this weekend. I love the fact that there were so many of you there and that we've came up with so many things on those big Post-it notes. I just wish that they were smaller. Anyways, Let's see, what else to recap today? Basically, everything I have on my board report you can read for yourself. A quick typo error. The Climate Action Plan, the CAP meeting was yesterday, not tonight, but the meetings for the individual working group should be ongoing for this entire week. I know a couple of them are starting their first meetings this week, planning for the individual 10 working groups. Some of you are on those groups, so reminder, if you are, that to keep in contact with me to kind of let me know what's going on in your individual working groups. It's going to be a very exciting week for us because this is basically the kickoff for that plan. With that, these are the co-sponsorships that the executive board have passed in the past week at our meeting. Quick reminder that our meetings are at 11:30, open to the public. I will send out the agenda to all of GA this week. I am open to points.
Representative Wang.
President Nguyen, can you elaborate on what masculinity in the media is about?
Sure. That is from the Flora Stone Mather Center for Women. They always do these series every year about, they have these lectures and seminars about feminism. This year, more on masculinity. They want to also, they did this for a reason. They wanted to include, I guess, males into their kind of lecture series this year. So this topic in particular was aimed at that direction.
Representative Lupton.
Yeah, can you touch on, I guess, real briefly, T10 for the troops? I saw it on Facebook. What exactly did they need money for? Because I really thought that you pay money as a team and that goes to a donation. It's a donation for the troops. So what is that money used for?
The entire amount that they raise goes to the troops. So that is, they do have to buy the equipment and supplies. Our specific money was allocated to T-shirts that the groups would get as a draw to come and play.
Any other points for President Nguyen? Okay, thank you. Vice President Aggarwal.
Good evening, everyone. So basically everything is in my board report, my updates from this week, people I've met with, things I'm working on for student life. I just want to point out that my meeting this Thursday is at 6:30 p.m. 6:30, usually it's 6 o'clock, but this week it's going to be 6:30. With that, I'm open to points.
Any points for the speaker?
You said 6 p.m.
6:30 p.m. this week, only on Thursday.
Representative Lupton.
Just looked real quick. You're going to be, your meetings in the past week, you talked to Dick Jamieson about a Greenie Stop in Little Italy.
Correct.
Where did you hear that concern to bring that up? I think USG a couple years ago, there was a whole thing to prevent stopping in Little Italy because of congestion.
It was actually brought up in GA last week, or the week before. One of the representatives Peggy, or Treasurer Moser requested a Greenie Stop in Little Italy, and so I asked Dick Jamieson about it, and he says he's looking into it.
Okay, cool.
Any other points for the speaker? Representative Thompson.
Did they also talk about purity?
We're talking about, we're looking into changing it into something else, a different food option. So we've talked to Jim O'Brien from Bon Appetit about that, and Dick Jamieson, Vice President Jamieson, is the other contact for that project. So we're looking into our options of other things that we can replace it with, whether it be another actual food vendor or possibly a student-run business in that spot.
Representative Wang.
This is not really in your board report, but I was wondering, do you have any knowledge on when the construction will end near like the A.W. Smith building in Bingham?
I'm not aware of that. I don't know if President Nguyen has any information about it. No? Or
Vice President Downey?
The construction should stop at the end of September, but that is a preliminary date. So as long as there are no more delays or anything like that, it should be the end of September. I think the 27th is the date they gave.
Any other points for the speaker? Thank you, Vice President Aggarwal. Vice President Downey.
No report from me, but we have a update coming from, now you're all awake. Got an update coming from Treasurer Shaw tonight, so if you guys have any questions about that, feel free to hit me up afterwards. As always, my office hours are Tuesdays, 11:30 to 1:30, Thursdays, 9 to 9:45, and also from 1 to 2. So open to points.
Any points for Vice President Downey? Thank you. Treasurers Moser and Shaw.
Hey guys. If you will look on the agenda, you'll see that I made a table of all how the USG funds were allocated, and also how speed types, how much much money was in the speed types. Note that for the aggregate fundraised account that was used, it's not coherent with current numbers. We went over, VP of Finance, Colin Downey, and Treasurer Peggy Moser, and then I went over papers, and we found out that the current USG speed type is about $32,000, and then for the student orgs that have their own speed types, they have about $26,000, and that gives a total of $59,000. And then after last semester, I learned that per capita spending was approximately $30 per student. It went up. Last semester, I made an unofficial report that it was about $22 per student, so it went up. Do I have any? I'm open to points.
Vice President Downey.
Just as a point of clarification, the fundraised money does not include any SAF funds. It's strictly money that the groups raise on their own. So, just clarity.
Secretary Mueller.
Are these numbers similar to semesters previous?
Some of them are. I know last semester, or the semester before last, the money that was allocated was about $126,000, and the amount spent was about, I want to say, about the same amount. Actually, it was about $113,000 then. So, yeah.
Representative Thompson.
Whatever. Are you obligated to use USG's account, or can you get a separate bank account and name your group if you want?
I'll let you define.
So our bylaws specify that you're not allowed to have a separate bank account, and that's for a couple reasons. One is so we can see the money and see if you indeed really do need allocated a lot more money, because otherwise we can put that money towards other groups. And it's also for ease of use for the student groups, because they don't have to go to the bank and withdraw it. They can just give us the disbursement, and then we can give the money directly to them. So.
Any other points for the treasurers? Okay, thank you. Vice President.
We'll have our tip of the week.
Oh, okay. Our treasurer tip of the week is look through mass funding documents of other groups to get ideas for events. This is for caucuses, really anyone. Like there are some good ideas there, and just because we didn't fund an event doesn't mean we didn't think it was a good idea. And also, pretzels are a great way to spice up your pudding from Grab It.
Okay, Vice President Hamilton.
Hello everyone. I know I had a good time at the retreat, and I hope you all did. I apologize that I have no written board report. It's very, I guess, time sensitive. I had a 2-hour meeting earlier today with Dean Wolkowitz. So I got a lot of information to go over, and I hope you're ready to listen. I guess like a few things related to the assistant dean lunches that I've been spamming GA about. Tomorrow's the first one, Wednesday, September 15th. I believe I have the following people written down, although I believe there might be a few others that need to do it. Divya, Buki, Matt Fernandez, Dennis Matthews, and was there anyone else that showed interest in that? Well, I'll check my emails and I'll send out an email to you guys after tonight. Now back to, I guess, the board report. I guess there was a lot of things I talked about with Dean Wolkowitz. The first one was someone during retreat suggested that there should be a student take faculty out the lunch program, or vice versa, that the University of Virginia does. I spoke about that with Dean Wolkowitz, and he said the UGS office, that's the Undergraduate Studies office, would be willing to fund such a program. We just have to figure out the rules and the sort of setup to do that. The next thing was that I addressed a concern I've had for a while about what I thought was a lack of liberal arts employers at the career fairs. Basically, I felt like anyone that was studying liberal arts, humanities, social sciences didn't have a good chance of getting an internship or a job at the career fairs. And his interpretation was that industries that are hiring people with liberal arts degrees are not the ones that go to career fairs. A museum isn't someone that, or isn't a group that's going to recruit someone, nor is a newspaper going to show up, such as the Plain Dealer, to recruit students. I don't know, I'm going to continue looking into that though. The next thing relates to the College of Arts and Sciences. Currently there are two sort of academic credit hour restrictions that I hope to combat in the future. There's a 90 hours within the Arts and Sciences cap for your 120 hours that you need to take to get a degree from the College of Arts and Sciences. That's concerning. And then also I learned something specific that, is anyone an English major here? Well, maybe you know a few English majors. I guess if you're an English major and you're trying to get the film minor, with the 42-hour credit cap, it prevents you from doing so. And so you cannot actually get your film minor because of this 42-hour credit cap. So I'm hoping to address that in the future. Next thing is, I guess I've heard some rumors about how the College of Arts and Sciences would like to sort of put a requirement of studying like a year of language or some amount into their actual general education requirements. Speaking with Dean Wolkowitz, I guess there's been talk about this, but there's never been a formal proposal within the curriculum committee of the College of Arts and Sciences to have this happen. So I'll keep you, College of Arts and Sciences caucus, up to date in case that changes. Next thing is, during our retreat, there was a suggestion that there was a curriculum review going on, and that's sort of misleading because really it's not a review of the whole curriculum within the 4 different schools at Case. It's actually only looking at the SAGES program. Basically, there's debate about whether the SAGES program is actually recognized by all 4 schools, and sort of a complicated matter that deals with each individual legislative bodies. And then this committee was formed to sort of come up with a governing structure for SAGES for the general education requirement. And then there's now a committee that has spawned off that to see sort of benchmarks from other schools. Case, Western Reserve, is often a place that likes to compare to other schools in the UAA, that's the University Athletic Association. And so I guess we're looking to see if other schools have similar benchmarks such as ourselves. Next thing is going to be getting some information from the institutional research department about the dropout rate or return rate of commuter students versus residential students, and then also their satisfaction. Representative Anthony Rudensic was concerned about that, and so it looks like we'll actually be able to get some information to see how well commuter students, though a minority here, how well they're doing here at school. There's also a search by the Undergraduate Studies Office to find grants related to interdisciplinary learning programs. One program you might be familiar with is the biomedical engineering. That would be considered interdisciplinary, but I guess our school sort of lags behind in other areas with improving that. And then the final thing, and probably the thing I'm most happy about, is stuff related to teaching assistant evaluations. It's, I guess, a change in the course evaluations is supported by the Undergraduate Studies Office, and now we're going to move forward with the Graduate Student Senate to try to make a change on those course evaluations you fill out every semester, so now you can answer more questions related to your TA. Yeah, I'm open to points.
Representative Hoffman.
I'm not the tech guy.
No, we're not quite sure of the source of the static. Any other points for the speaker? Representative Brown.
Can you elaborate
For any of you in the College of Arts and Sciences getting a degree from it, I believe you're required to get 120 credit hours in order to get your degree and graduate. One stipulation is that 90 credit hours of those 120 have to come from the College of Arts and Sciences. In other words, you can't more than dabble in the other 3 schools for your education.
Any other points for the speaker? Representative Wang?
Was there any updates on academic advising with the new grants that are being distributed among the schools to improve that?
I actually forgot to ask about that. During my 2-hour meeting, covered a lot, and that's something that slipped my mind. I always pair that together with SAGES. So whenever I talk about changing the university seminar requirement, I always assume I'm also talking about advising/mentoring. But I'll bring that up next time. Thanks for reminding me.
Representative In?
I believe that issue was solved right after I brought it up. I guess one business discontinued manufacturing the iClicker, and so the other one is now used by the physics and biology department, or physics and chemistry, one of those.
Any other points for the speaker? Thank you, Vice President Hamilton. Vice President Bell? Could you turn the microphone off and see if that fixes it?
Okay, so I'll speak really loud because I can do that. Awesome like that. But yeah. So we are met today. We met at a retreat. Probably play I am. Awesome. Fun. I put in my report sheet. You need my red shirt afterwards. Mint locked my red shirts away. I don't have them. So blame Mintry. What? Okay, anyways. Yeah. So I'm trying to think here. Okay.
We want to make sure he can be heard for media vision.
Oh yeah, that's true. We're setting up a meeting to meet with Arlette for the Pizza Olympics. We're going to decorate the office. I believe Laura's our point person on that, so for homecoming, we're going to do that. Elena is our point person on the float, but she apparently went to the ER, so no update on there. We're going to do Halloween at Twing. I need to meet with the exec to see what we've done in past. But other than that, nothing too much. You should get the Rep Spotlight survey when you go back. Please fill it out. If you don't fill it out by next week, we are going to bring in a hard copy and physically make you fill it out. So there will be no filling it out at the end of the year like last year. Some of you. Okay, that's all. I'm open to points.
Any points for Vice President Bell? Thank you. Vice President Maloney.
Hi, everyone. Hope you had a good time at the retreat this weekend. Not too much to report on. The IT committee, we set our goals for the coming year. At our meeting this coming week, we'll be going over those and kind of trying to assign people who are responsible for each goal, kind of trying to divide up the responsibilities there. And the other day, I sent out an email to the heads of IT departments at CASE that employ students. So the ITS CSS division, customer service and support, they run the care centers. College of Arts and Sciences IT and Student Affairs IT, to see if any student employees of those organizations are interested in being at-large representatives. And I've received several responses so far, and very excited to have them on my committee. So that's exciting, and I'm happy. And that's really about it. As always, if you know of any IT concerns or have any IT concerns, feel free to let me or another committee member know. And our meetings are Monday, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. in the USG office, if you ever want to attend. Open for points.
Representative Hahn.
I just realized that printing in NOR for double-sided, it's like 7 or 8 cents instead of 10 cents. Can we get that for like the library and maybe like the Sears printing and like printing in Nord and like wherever else?
So here's the thing, the Nord Lab is funded through different channels than a lot of the other stuff. I think the library has separate funding, Nord Lab has separate funding. Technically that lab's only supposed to be for engineering students, but you know, we can't really limit that, that would just be mean. So, and then Print to Here is through Student Affairs IT. I can try to look into it, Representative Thompson.
I looked into that last year, actually. The issue is with how they've contracted the printers for Print to Here. They pay per impression. That means like side of page printed. So they're going to pay 4 or 5 cents, whatever it is, even if you print double-sided. So, because they have different, because I think they just own the printers outright. And so they're paying for the paper and the toner rather than just paying to Xerox like per.
Representative Wilson.
Just so people on my floor.
Actually, I talked to Chris Raybrook, who is our contact with them, and he was not aware of the issues before Sunday. And I talked to him, and
Wait, this past Sunday?
Yeah, about specific issues with it. So
No,
I
I'm
was
pretty
not
sure
able. I
I
was
told
not
him
able to
about
log
them
on
earlier.
this weekend to do something. I'm able to log on today, so I got things taken care of. But he's aware of the issue right now. Their IT staff are working on it. So it's not our end. It's actually something on. So I mean, once something is resolved, I'll send him an update out. Or Kelly, I will.
And actually, I did tell him about the issues during the election. That's the same issue I spoke with him about during the election. So I don't know what's up there. But I also talked to Joel Kraft in Student Affairs IT. And I guess he's going to also be working with Collegiate Link. We think that it's an issue with, there's actually an article coming out in the Observer this week where I elaborate on this. There's, we think it's an issue with the way Case interfaces with the way Collegiate Link interfaces with the Case single sign-on server. So that's what I guess they're going to be looking into. Maybe the upgrade to Collegiate Link 5 will fix that. If not, we will continue to make sure the issue is worked on.
Any other points for the speaker? Representative Cruz.
There are several people on my floor also that have reported issues with getting their Ethernet cable to connect and work with their computers. I don't know if it's just central on my floor or if it's more widespread in my building or some of the other freshman dorms, but people have been having a lot of trouble with that. I don't know if there's anything that can be done.
I would advise them.
Any other specific IT issues could either be brought up in an open forum or directed to Kelly directly. But you can go ahead and answer that.
Okay. I would advise any students experiencing the issue to call the help desk at 368-HELP, 368, that's 368-4357. The Allied Teleson switches, the gray boxes in the freshman dorms, a lot of times certain ports on them will not work, but others will. If they plug into an Ethernet port and there aren't green lights flashing, they should just keep trying one until they find one that works. If none of them are working, something you can do is you can unplug the actual fiber cables from the switch and like look at them and see which one the little red laser light's coming through and make sure that one is plugged into the port labeled RX. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. You can do that. That's a thing. Don't give me those looks.
Any other points for the speaker directly related to the
advise them to call the help desk.
Representative Lupton.
Either the help desk or I'm pretty sure, I know a couple years ago when I was a freshman, it was actually through the maintenance request. Do you know if that's still true? I'm pretty sure it's still,
Right.
you still file a report like a maintenance request.
They want you to call the help desk also now. They want you to call the help desk so it's on file, but you also should file a maintenance request with Student Affairs IT.
Okay.
Representative Fernandez.
I filed a maintenance request and they told me to go to the IT.
We can-
They said
Can we please keep all open forum topics to open forum and only speak about speaker topic points that she has brought up in her report?
So any other direct points for the speaker? Thank you, Vice President Maloney. We'll now move into the parliamentarian tip of the week. Parliamentarian Brubaker.
So from time to time, I'm just going to sit up here and give you some friendly advice. This week, though, is the Parmesan-tarian tip of the week. You all have those nice binders that you got at retreat, so I recommend you use them. There's a lot of great stuff in there, but what came up this week, it's cheese, deal with it. I heard some questions this week about the attendance policy and how to use proxies. I just want to reiterate that academic excuses, fraternity and sorority events, clubs, SI sessions, those are no longer excused because they should have been on your calendar beforehand. And those are perfect opportunities for you to send a proxy to GA. So what is a proxy? There's someone who comes in, has full voting rights, and basically fills your seat while you are not here. With that, I am open to points. Read your binder.
Representative Bagat.
Is the speaker aware that's mozzarella and not Parmesan?
I am aware because the asker of the question told me today when he gave it to me.
Any other points for the speaker? Okay, thank you. With that, we'll move into caucus reports. Are there any caucus reports? Representative Bagat.
There is a caucus report, but Amy's giving it. And Han is giving it.
Would you like to take the podium, Representative Han?
Sure. So I had a meeting with Lisa Chu, who is the Director of Marketing for College of Arts and Science, and they have a lot of events that they're planning at their end. The one that's coming up is they're having like a college picnic on the quad. The invitations to all the arts and science students should have been sent out today, so let me know if you didn't get one, or if you're a first-year student, you probably wouldn't have gotten one. So if you would like to attend, it's going to be on the quad. It's next Friday during community hour, so just let me know, and then I can tell Lisa to add you to the invite list, because you have to be invited, and it's only open to arts and science students. Next Friday, October 1st, is Alumni Weekend, and there is going to be a welcome reception on Friday night and a breakfast on Saturday morning. So if you'd like to attend those, let me know too. And just in general, Lisa is working with Dean Taylor to really do outreach events for students. And I was just informed today that Sage's Cafe in Crawford is actually kind of owned by the College of Arts and Science. So she invited us to have a lot of outreach events there, and she's really trying to get more students to come to that area, because Arts and Science College is really spread out, and we don't really have like a common place that we like all hang out. So she really likes us, she would really like us to utilize that space. And we are looking to also, the Office of the Dean's looking to kind of like give out discount coupons for arts and science students during like finals, so you can get like a free drink at like coffee, hot chocolate, or something like that at the at the Sage's Cafe. So we're kind of working with that, and just in general working with the office for more outreach events. So if you have any ideas, or if you have any questions, just let me know. I'm scheduled to meet with Lisa every month, so I'm open to points. Any points for the speaker? Thank you, Representative Han. Are there any other caucus reports? Representative Fernandez.
He's a box. He's a box. Oh. Are you a box?
No. Are there any other caucus reports? Okay, seeing none, we'll move into old business. We still have open nominations for the Francis Payne Bolton School of Nursing representative. If we do have one person here tonight who has been in contact with Parliamentarian Brubaker about the position. Is there anyone else who has been in contact who is here that we missed in attendance? Okay, I'm going to allow Parliamentarian Brubaker to give an overview of what's going to happen with this tonight.
Okay, so
I sent out several nominations that were made during and after GA for this position last week. I received this letter of intent just today, so I was going to keep nominations open for one more week and see if I can hear back from the other candidates. Now, since we have a viable candidate here tonight, it's up to you guys. We can either close nominations tonight and vote, or we can keep them open for another week. But that's up to you guys to discuss and vote on.
So constitutionally, because we have someone who's available to fill the position, we will allow 2 minutes for discussion, and then if at that time someone wishes to make a motion to close nominations, which will push us into a vote, we can do that, but we will vote on it and it will require a majority. So with that, we will take 2 minutes to discuss whether or not we're going to close nominations and vote tonight, or if we are going to leave them open.
Take additional nominations tonight if you have them.
Representative Bagat.
I don't have additional nominations as of right now, but I had emailed Nicole Irick and Jackie Sanford just yesterday about nominations, and they said they were emailing people and they were going to get back to me sometime this week.
Representative Downey.
Just a point of information, inquiry, how long has the nominations been open for?
They've been open since our first General Assembly, so this is the
quite
third
a while.
one. Yeah. Representative Thompson.
Yeah, basically just going about that. So they haven't responded by now. Either they're not paying attention or they're not really taking it seriously.
Representative Gallo.
Point of inquiry, are freshmen able to be elected for this?
No, we cannot fill the position with a first year. I'm sorry?
So last week when we had elections, nominations had gone out and there were no candidates last week. So this is a new batch of nominations that only went out last GA.
Any other points for discussion? President Wynn.
So how many other nominations do we have on the table now?
Which have proven with no response, correct? And he received his email at the same time.
The other candidate showed interest last week, but has not gotten back to me beyond that. And then other nominations went out, but I got no responses.
Any other points for discussion? Representative Lupton.
I think I'm going to move to close them, and if people are in disagreement, they can vote no.
That is correct.
I move to close nominations for the School of Nursing.
So this means that if you vote yes, it means you want to elect someone tonight, or at least go through the voting process tonight. If you vote no, it means that you want to wait for additional nominations. So with that, all in favor, please signify by raising your hand. Representative Wilkins, are you a proxy tonight? Okay. At-large members do not have a vote. No, it's elected representatives only. Okay, all opposed? Abstentions? Okay, with that, it passes, and we will move into elections for the Francis Fane Bolton School of Nursing representative. So if you could come to the front, we'll allow for 30 to 45 seconds for you to speak, and then a minute for questions. Oh, we can expand this letter of intent so that the General Assembly can read it. You'll have time during discussion as well to read it. Whenever you're ready.
All right. Well, first and foremost, I'm thrilled to be here. Actually, I'm too thrilled. My name is Chansok Park, or I also go by Kevin. I'm currently a junior in nursing school.
And I wanted to be part of in USG because I really wanted to create more connections between the nursing school and the whole campus, because the nursing school right now, it's pretty much isolated as of now. So I wanted to create more connections. And as I mentioned on the letter of intent, I am ready and I'm willing to make USG my top priorities, right up there with studying and partying. I'll be honest. And I can promise you guys that I'll do my best and I'll work really hard to make the college student's life better and the best there can be. Thank you.
Questions for the speaker? Representative Bagat.
What other time commitments do you have besides partying and studying?
Let's see, top priorities, partying, studying. I don't know. I wasn't ready for that question, I guess.
Vice President Downey.
Are you familiar with how like USG works? Like, is there a specific committee that you want to be on? Is there a specific issue that you feel that you can like USG help work on?
I'm not actually. I don't know a lot about how USG works, but I was enlightened by another former FPB representative that there should be more connections, and then I agreed with her, so I really wanted to take part in it. I'm ready to learn, so I need.
Representative Lupton.
The one thing you said is you want to bring the nursing school, form a better connection with the rest of campus.
Right.
Do you have any preliminary ideas of how you can make that happen?
Yes, I thought about a little bit. First and foremost, the nursing school, if you look at the boards in nursing school, there are actually no information pertaining to other areas of campus. It's only for nursing school, the information about nursing school. And I think it's going to be a good start for me to like advertise more about what's going on the campus instead of just focusing on what's going on in the nursing school and then go from there. And I also thought about the stages because the nursing school has so limited schedule. It's really hard to take any other courses that are not nursing related to either get minor or things like that. So I was hoping that I could get a touch on that and then work on that also.
Any other questions for the speaker? Okay, thank you very much. If you could step outside, we're going to move into discussion. And
All
then
right.
maybe could you? And then can we cut audio for this? Okay. We have to wait till we have no sound, but you can start thinking and reading if you have not yet already. Okay, Vice President Hamilton. Any other points for discussion? Representative Brown. Representative Lupton.
Yeah, I know Kevin is a nurse who's excited to be in USG.
Any other?
That wasn't supposed to be funny.
Representative Mueller. I'm sorry, Secretary Mueller.
I actually really like the fact that he's really fresh to USG. I've really been involved with this before and doesn't really know what to expect. Because not only does that give me a job, but it's also cool to have a new perspective.
Representative Hahn.
I like that he brought up multiple.
Representative Hoffman.
My only concern with Kevin is that he doesn't know what he's getting into, so he's going to be in USG for 3 weeks and then be like, peace out. And so, is anyone else worried about that?
Representative Gallo. Just as a point of information for the Assembly, these nominations have been open for 3 weeks with probably, I would say, over 15 nominations have gone out, maybe 12, 10. So 10 people have been contacted for this position over the past 3 weeks, just as a background. Representative McKee. Representative Bagat.
I would say, to touch on Representative Hoffman's point, I would say that we don't have to hold the fact that he has no experience with USG against him. I never had any experience with USG. I kind of just got elected to the position, and I turned out well.
Vice President Bell. Treasurer Shaw. I can't speak to that. You might have to talk to.
Parliamentarian Brubaker will follow up on them.
Vice President Maloney. Vice President Downey.
Move to end discussion.
Okay. With that, Parliamentarian Brubaker will pass out ballots. You are not required to vote for this candidate. So if you do not wish to vote, you can just write abstain on your ballot. Representative Bagat. Parliamentarian Brubaker. Simple majority. Okay. Yes.
Can you have a vote of acclamation? Do it for representatives, correct?
You can do it if there is no dissent. So when there is overwhelming positive response to discussion, you can move to vote for acclamation. I don't have to allow it, and in this case, I would prefer not to, because there seems to be some dissent and confusion, and I believe the representatives should have the right in this case to vote no. If things like to end discussion on complicated issues, if it seems like everything is going in the direction where everyone is on the same page, if there is no dissent, you can vote by acclamation to end discussion or on resolutions that are non-controversial. Vice President Bell. Could you, I'm not familiar with the term white ballot. It's in cases of overwhelming positive. Yeah, I think that it's only in cases where there is overwhelming support for it. Yeah. Okay, with that, we will go back to sound. Yeah, we can let him back in, so thank you, Representative Brown. With that, is there any other old business? Representative Hahn? We will move into new business then. President Nguyen?
Yes.
Second.
Representative Lupton.
Can we, I move to, I don't know if I want to do that. Can I move open forum in front of new business? I don't know how to state that correctly.
If there is a second.
Second.
Okay. We'll move into open forum. So we'll now discuss our nominations for USG Homecoming King and Queen. Vice President Bell, could you give us an overview of the responsibilities of the nomination?
I think
You could also defer to Representative Lupton if you would like a more personal. Okay.
Okay, so USG decided to nominate King and Queen as of last year, and I was one of them, and I ended up getting King, which was pretty cool. But anyway, yeah, thank you. But the responsibilities are you're going to be campaigning for, I think it's about a week and a half. After you campaign, there's a lot of different during homecoming weekend, there's a lot of different events that you're required to attend. I think the Powder Puff football game, every single person nominated gets up on the field and they say congratulations. The top 3 people who the students vote for is the court, and you get some flowers and a gift card. And then if you're elected king, there's another, I think it's at the football game. You have to go to that and they give you some flowers and you get to wear a hat. So really the obligations are just a lot of fun events. And it's all about, like, really the benefit of Homecoming King is just one day of fun and some bragging rights. But really anybody can do it, but you just have to be willing to campaign. So that's Homecoming King and Queen.
Vice President Bell. Let's go with King first. So we'll accept nominations for Homecoming King. Mr. Gary Bagat. Do you accept? Okay. Representative In?
Second.
Do you accept? Okay. Representative Hoffman?
Second.
Okay. Are there any other nominations? Representative Bagat?
I respectfully decline.
Any other nominations? Okay, at this time we will vote on Homecoming King. Representative Irizarry. Homecoming King, we'll vote on this first before we, or do you want nominations for everyone? We can vote at once. Okay, because this would have been a really great time to vote by acclamation.
Yeah.
So okay, so there's been a motion to vote by acclamation. Is there a second? Is there any dissent? Which means if you do not want to vote Gary Bagat, our homecoming rep, speak out now. Okay, congratulations, Representative Bagat. Okay, we will now take nominations for our homecoming queen candidate, Representative Irizarry.
Second.
Do you accept?
Sorry, I decline.
Any other nomination? Representative Moeller. I'm sorry, Secretary Moeller.
I'd like to nominate Treasurer Moser.
I decline.
Representative In.
Second.
Representative, Vice President Agarwal.
I'd like to nominate Speaker Ali Pulaski.
Absolutely not. I'm sorry, no. Vice President Downey.
Representative Irizarry.
Vice President Bell. That does not fulfill the criteria. So Representative Lupton.
Move to nominate Becca.
I respectfully decline.
Parliamentarian Brubaker.
VP Agarwal.
Representative Bagat. That does not fit the criteria. Are there any women in the room who would be willing to accept a nomination should they be nominated?
Oh, hey.
Oh, we have a, okay. So Representative Lupton.
Nominate Representative Christine.
And her last name is?
DeBoz.
Okay. Do you accept? Oh, I'm sorry, is there a second?
Second.
Do you accept? Okay. Representative Lupton.
Move to nominate Taryn Fitch.
Do you accept? Okay. Representative Lupton?
I move to nominate Ellen.
Representative Brown?
I didn't want to have the freshman feel bad.
Do you accept? Okay. Are there any other nominations? Okay, can we vote with our eyes closed? I just feel like that's more
Heads down.
Heads down, eyes closed. Okay. So head down, eyes closed, because this is a less formal process. The candidates are Representative DeBoz, Representative Fitch, and Representative Grialis. So if you would like to vote for Representative DeBoz, please raise your hand. I'm sorry, can you all stand up and just say hello? The Representative DeBoz, say hello. Okay, Representative Fitch, say hello. And Representative Grialis. Okay. Okay, so heads down, eyes closed. She did.
Yeah.
Do you want to undecline? Okay.
Decline. Okay, stop.
Hey, she has to.
Okay, heads down,
Heads down.
hands, I'm sorry, heads down and hands up, or we'll find you in contempt. You said yes? Okay, we're adding Treasurer Shaw. Okay, so please put your heads down. Hands up if you would like to vote for Representative DeBoz. Representative Fitch? President Wynn, you cannot vote for everyone.
I want to.
Representative Grialis? And Treasurer Shaw. Okay, heads up. Congratulations, Treasurer Shaw. Okay, with that, we will announce our... What? Okay, I'm sorry, I don't know his last name. Chensu Pak. Congratulations, you are our newest Francis Payne Bolton School of Nursing representative. I'm really tired. We are still in open forum. We will have 3 minutes for anything else you would like to include in open forum. Representative Lupton.
In a row. Computers. Yesterday, computers weren't working anywhere. IT. I went to Wade, it wasn't working. I went to... computers just were down. We couldn't figure out what the problem was. Okay? Wade, the printers, like the print to here, like I tried and it was down. I couldn't figure it out. Okay? Nobody could figure it out. I went to, later that night, I went to Fribley. Fribley was down, hardcore. Like, no one could fix it. Top of the hill, Carlton, down. Like, everybody was crying. I forgot the library. I know, I forgot the library. You can do that, so later that night, I went to the library. But anyway, that was my first point. I'm just going to go through these just to be efficient.
Yes.
The lights in Fribley. So there's the computers right there. The lights above. There's like 8 of them burn out and 1 that's working. My eyes were hurting using the computer.
It didn't work.
The second point was Divya.
I got it. Next point.
Okay. Can I? Posting in Nord. Posting in Nord is getting crazy. Okay. Events are like way outdated. Something just needs to happen. Some PR. Sure. I'm talking about doors all over the place, all over the place.
I think he's referring to the fact that in Nord and Sears, they are all over every wall ever, and doors. Yeah. Any other points?
Should I wait? Or let me just...
I actually have a point on that.
Okay.
The SEC has a subcommittee working on the posting policy. So we will be talking specifically to the individual buildings about whether or not certain areas are restrictive for posting flyers or what areas are not, et cetera. So we will follow up with you on that.
Any other points, Representative Lupton?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
The hours of auxiliary services still are just terrible. I know we brought that up. I just wanted to reiterate that. I don't like standing in line for hours, and I don't understand why there's still a line this late into the semester. And then the last thing was Bud Basilick sent out an email today about the students' right to know things. I don't know if everybody got that. If anybody actually clicked on any of the links, they noticed that they were all outdated. So yeah, all the information's way outdated. And I tried to email him. I tried finding a way to contact somebody, and I couldn't. So that was outdated. But that's all my points.
Mr. O'Brien.
Hey, everybody. As Alice, if I could drop by, making a quick announcement during open forum. My name's Neil, if you don't know me. I'm the president of the Case Democrats here, and for a number of years, I've been really involved in voter registration and getting out the youth vote in a very nonpartisan manner. And I'd just like to take 60 seconds and talk to you about voting in Ohio. So who here knows that they, as a Case Western student, have a right to vote in Ohio in November's election for governor, Senate, Congress, county executive, state and local elections? Okay, so a number of you do. So if you didn't know that, the Secretary of State, Bruner, in 2008, allowed students living at a residence hall to use their residence address, provided they live at that address 30 days before the election, as a voting address so they can vote in Ohio. So everybody in this room is eligible to vote in Ohio. And I strongly encourage you to do so before the deadline. Now, 3 reasons why you should vote in Ohio. The first reason is that it's free. Few things in life are free. Second reason is that Ohio has this really cool thing called early voting, where you can go down to the Board of Elections and vote anytime in the preceding 35 days before the election. So that's the second really good reason to go out and vote. And the third reason to go out and vote is that as a young person in America, you are severely underrepresented in the American electorate. The average age of the American voter is 65. The average age of all eligible voters over the age of 18 is only 36. So I encourage you to go out there, rock the vote. I'll be hanging around after GA. If you want to register to vote, that would be awesome. I could get that mailed in for you. I might have time for one question.
Could we direct all questions to Representative O'Brien immediately following General Assembly?
Okay, great. I want to talk to all of you. Great. Thank you.
Back to open forum, Representative Bagat. Could you use the microphone?
When you were saying that the computers were down, were you referring only to print to hear? Or was there a problem logging into the computers or anything like that? Or is it just print to hear?
It's print to hear.
So just that, so the computers weren't actually down, they could use the printer?
No, the actual monitor was okay.
Okay.
Representative Thompson.
Get the agenda full. Yeah, thank you.
Representative Hoffman.
Can I be on that SEC subcommittee about posting?
I will ask.
Cool.
Vice President Maloney. Representative Fernandez.
Notice like last year we talked about the hand sanitizer machines. They've been empty and they still are very empty. Is there anything we can do about that?
Mr. Wilkins. Representative Wilkins. Representative Upton.
Just a quick follow-up. Whoever's going to be looking into that, there was also 2 other links that, like security reports, that if you clicked onto that, it wouldn't work. So just to keep that up.
Okay. With that, we've run out of time for open forum, so unless there is a motion to extend discussion. With that, we will move back into new business. President Wynn.
Okay, so we have a lot of new representatives who still need to be sworn in. If I could have, at first, the representatives who are here, who are filling out vacancies and were voted on last week, to just go ahead and single file yourself in front of Parliament Brubaker and the front desk here. So those representatives who were voted in last week via GA. Be proud. Walk with purpose. Yes, nursing representative as well.
So these are all representatives
All
filled
representatives who have, yes.
who are not
just voted
first-year
in.
students.
All right, if everyone could raise their right hand, say it after me. I state your name. Do solemnly swear as a representative of the USG to responsibly represent my constituency to the best of my ability. I promise to faithfully uphold the Constitution and all appropriate bylaws of the USG. As an elected representative of the USG, I further pledge to serve the students of Case Western Reserve University with integrity and honesty. Integrity. Perfect. Congratulations. And now may I have the first year representatives please come up.
Yeah, they're first years coming. They have 6 years to finish their degree.
Okay. So listen up carefully. Right hand up. I state your name. Do solemnly swear as a representative of the USG to responsibly represent my constituency to the best of my abilities. I promise to faithfully uphold the Constitution and all appropriate bylaws of the USG. As an elected representative to the USG, I further pledge to serve the students of Case Western Reserve University with integrity and honesty. Great. Congratulations.
Is there any other new business this evening? Okay, with that, Colleen is not with us tonight, so we will not be having an advisor's report, but announcements. Vice President Bell.
Lena's okay.
Okay.
She said, like, she's alive.
Representative Bagad.
Arts and Science Caucus will be meeting for about 5 minutes right after GA, so just meet on the first floor.
Representative Gallo.
If I could have like all the elected freshmen, actually all the freshmen, to meet after the GA, we can set up our caucus time for the week.
Representative Fernandez.
All the engineering caucus could also meet after GA.
Representative Bagad.
Anchor Splash is this Friday from 6 to 9 p.m. Also this Friday is Let's Shack Up hosted by Habitat for Humanity. That'll be from 7 p.m. on Friday night till 10 a.m. Saturday morning.
Parliamentarian Brubaker.
Just real quick, all caucuses and committees, please elect a secretary and send me their name so I can give them access to the attendance spreadsheets.
Representative Lupton.
Curiosity, how many people brought their notebooks? Can you raise it up in the air if you brought your notebook?
Those of you who did not get your notebooks, I will have them before General Assembly next week. If you would like them earlier, please email me and set up a time to meet with me to get your notebook. Any other announcements? Treasurer Moser.
Move to adjourn.
Executive Committee, please see me briefly at the front.